Good evening. Travelling with COVID number 40 something. Um, it's been a good day for the most part. Had a pretty cool. Well, the drive this morning wasn't too bad. A car wouldn't start, but it's a diesel. Takes a while to kick up, and I had trouble. For some reason, it just wouldn't start, and then eventually I got it going. So I'm down to my last couple of days. I'm always yawning, aren't I? I'll stop. In Bulgaria. Um, Today I went and saw this carving of a Bulgarian Khan. So I assume when the Genghis died and they split up his empire, there was one in Bulgaria, and there was a carving of him spearing a lion from his horse carved into a cliff face, which is I posted it to Facebook earlier. Just okay. Then I drove what seemed an eternity through these back shitty potholed fucking roads. Man, they're bad, but it seems the EU is funding or helping to fund new roads. So it was hours of it bouncing and jumping, but then there's a few new roads came in after that. So it was the second part of the day wasn't so tiring. Avoiding all these holes and trying not to blow another tire. If I blow another tire, I'm buggered. So yeah, so I went to a place called Shvesti, and there was a Thracian tomb similar to those ones I saw earlier in Shipka. There's a World Heritage Site, and it was awesome. They wouldn't let me film it, so I tried. I think there was a guide who told me all about it, but he's watching me, and I couldn't sneak any pictures, which is sad because it was really really good. It was like most of these things are got nothing in them, or they got a little bit of paint on the walls, which like the one in Kazanluk, near Shipka. But this one had carvings of women painted as well in the wall. So 3 or 4 different types. Pretty impressive. Very impressive. It was on a rat shit road, and then I had to climb down. Then from there, a guy told me about another place nearby. I wasn't sure what he was on about because it was a weird name, and it wasn't translatable to English. So I wasn't till I got there that I realised it was an Islamic tomb, and it was down in the bottom of a valley. Apparently there are Thracian tombs underneath it, but you can't get to those, or Thracian. But this tomb is Islamic. I've seen them in India. I've seen them in all over the Islamic world, and it's just strange to see one down in the bottom of a gully. I had to walk down about 5,000 steps to get to it and back up again. Didn't expect to see one down the bottom of a valley in Bulgaria, but of course the Turks were here for centuries, so no surprise. Anyway, so after that, I went looking for a lake. Now, both of those, so that was 2 World Heritage Sites I saw today. The third one is a lake, and that was also in a place called Surabana. Google, you gotta love Google. Took me off into the middle of nowhere, almost got me bogged in some farmer's field. But it was strange because this road went off and there was like a car park. And I thought, well, there's nobody there. The car park looked 1,000 years old. I don't know why there was a car park there. I have no idea. But I thought, oh, well, if there's a car park, clearly this road goes somewhere. But then it all turned to mud, and I thought, no, if I go in there, I'm going to get bogged. So I reversed about a kilometre back up the road and into this car park. And then I went looking for it, but I couldn't find a lake. So thank you very much, Google. So I thought, no, I'm not going to. There was like a little forest down into a slope, but I thought maybe it's down in the forest there. It's a World Heritage Site. It should be a large lake, surely. But I thought, well, fuck, I'm not gonna go crawling around through the forest. There's nobody anywhere nearby. So I got that shit. So I I turned around, went back on the road. As I was driving back to through this shitty town, there was a goddamn lake. So I tried everything I could to get close to that lake, and there's just no way to get near it. And I was going down some really bad roads. Really, it was just getting ridiculous, and I just stuff it. So I left town. I pull out of town, and I'm driving towards Silistra, which is where I'm staying the night, which is quite a nice sort of place. It's got a Roman tomb and an old Roman town by the Danube nearby, and a fort on the hill, which I'll have a look at all these tomorrow. So I'm driving towards Silistra, and there's this friggin' lake on the left side of the road, right next to the road. So I've just wasted an hour and a half driving around all these shitty back roads trying to find this lake. And I was right next to the road. All I had to do was go ahead 150 metres more, and it was there. So, there you go. So, fucking... Oh, God, this has happened so many friggin' times on this trip. Google takes me somewhere, and then really... I just had to stay on the main road, and I would have found it. Anyway, so... I just had a roll for dinner with cheese and tomato and stuff in it. It's very hard to get food because I don't know. I can't read this Bulgarian Cyrillic, and the shops don't look like delis or whatever, and so I drive for miles and I can't find anything to eat until I find a proper city where you can see signs with food out the front. So today I haven't been in any bloody cities, so I didn't eat between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. and I had to buy a packet of chips. I was starving. So, So tomorrow, I'll go look at those things. I'll go back and take a photo of that lake. Fucking lake. It looks like a nice lake. And then then I'm going to drive on to a place called Russe. Like Silistra is on the Danube. On the other side is Romania, and just down the road on the way that I'm going back tomorrow is a ferry port. Originally, I was going to take that ferry and drive across into Romania and do the big loop around Romania and then back down to Sofia, but with the borders closed, that ain't gonna happen. So, anyway, next, the road to Russe goes along the border, along the river, basically. So it's about an hour and a half drive. And outside is some rock monasteries at Ivanova. And I'm going to go and visit those tomorrow as well. Before I do that, I hope to get to Russe early morning and find a PCR, go to a hotel and find out where the PCR test locations are in that town. Go and get my PCR done, then go to Ivanova, stay in Russe overnight, and then I'll drive down to those Roman ruins near Veliko Tarnova. And then from there, I'll drive back to Sofia. So the road is a good one. It's a highway. I did it several years ago in the dark. So once I head down there and visit that little Roman place, it's about a 4-hour drive, maybe four hours or so. So if I do it early in the day, I won't be tired. I'm starting to feel better. I was so sick. After I took those pills for that snails, bilharzia is like snails, like some sort of parasite that lives in the lake in Malawi. I knew there was because there was a big argument over it between these saying, no, there's no bilharzia. Yeah, there's bilharzia. No, there's no bilharzia. And these people got in a big fight in the bar over it and punching this guy out and threw him out in the street. So I thought, okay, first chance I get, I'm going to get some tablets. You're not supposed to take them for 4 to 6 weeks after you've been exposed. So about 5 weeks was the other night. And I thought, okay. So I went out and I got a pizza, and you're supposed to eat a lot of food and drink a lot of water. So I stuffed myself full of pizza. Then I took them, and then I was just lying there, and I felt like I was, when you get just pissed enough or just too pissed, that you start to you want to vomit, and you can't. Your eyes start to go fuzzy, and that's how I was feeling. I felt really bad, and I don't know if it's because of those little snail parasites in my guts, or whether it was just the drugs, or whether it was You know, I haven't touched any alcohol since. I'm not going to drink anymore for a while. But you know, it was it was bloody bad. So anyway, I feeling better. So I had a good day today, and I think tomorrow I'll feel better. That tiredness that I was feeling beforehand, that like horrid tiredness, is gone. So I reckon I did have this thing. Anyway, so I'm off tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get to Rousset quite early, do the thing there, do everything I want to do, visit the monasteries, and then I head back to Sofia. I'm going to stay in a hotel by the airport, so hopefully I'll get my results. I'll be on a plane to Saloniki the next day. With luck, it's a reasonably cheap flight. If I don't get that one, it's going to cost me more. So that's it. So a couple more days here. I've seen some amazing shit, and I'll see a bit more before I leave. And that's it. Ciao for now.